So what should people leave with? What should people, as they finish this interview and are walking away with a thought? What thought do you want them to walk away with from as a content producer and as the line editor of GURPS?
Okay, well, if you're a role player who's tuned in to listen to us for 90 minutes, you've never played GURPS before, I think the thing I'd like you to take away is probably that we understand that it's a humongous game with tons of investment required to really get any good at it and understand it, to use it. And we've also realized that that's a whole lot like asking people to make a humongous buy-in to maybe not even like the game. That's true of any game where there's a huge investment. So this box is kind of our effort to show you can enjoy this game without necessarily spending all your money on this game. And without necessarily spending all your time learning this game, without devoting an entire corner of your home to having books for this game, and also to get away from a little bit from the stuff that's maybe seemed over complex or perhaps too detailed for what you want out of a game. If you are a GURPS player and you've played GURPS before, what this is indeed a refinement of what you may already know that will hopefully help you get your friends into the game and will hopefully give you a way of playing that doesn't require you to constantly be referring to all of GURPS. You sort of cut loose and just do this. At the same time, I've gone for compatibility, so you can certainly use all your GURPS stuff with it. You're not going to be left out in the cold. And in either group, no matter which one you belong to, this is a physical product, not a digital one. So it's us showing you that in addition to Munchkin cards and other games we make, which we love, they're fun and cool, we can do an RPG that's fun and interesting, and you can hold in your hand, and it's going to compete with other games you can hold in your hand. So you're no longer having to weigh, well, gee, I can get into GURPS, but means all these digital products. Now it's like, hey, no, I got GURPS right here. I got your GURPS right here. You can actually hit your friend upside the head with it if you really want. Which I consider a charm of any box, actually. And you'll know that if you support this Kickstarter right now, you're making sure that this will go forward, that there'll be more of this kind of thing in the future. You're also supporting a company which has traditionally been very gamer-oriented, very gamer-positive. We're not one of these companies where you go into the company, no one actually plays the games, and there's a huge number of faceless people, and they're mostly not interested. We're all a bunch of geeky people like this, and we're just admitting with this Kickstarter, yeah, doing an RPG really well is kind of expensive, and we've been out of RPGs in print for a while, and we need your help to do it right. And the dollars are going to be buying the doing it right factor, not the they're not going to be lining our pockets and making us rich. No one's ever got rich in this industry. And the other thing you'll be backing with a Kickstarter, from my point of view, is you'll be telling me that you're out there and you're actually interested in fantasy in its own right. You're interested in fun games. You're interested in quick games. You're interested in games that maybe get away from the walls of text that GURPS has become associated with. And it's important to tell me that because I don't make all the decisions by any means, but I do have a significant influence over who writes what and what gets written and what gets produced. And if this matters to you, if you really want this kind of stuff to be the way it goes in the future, then there's no better way to send a message than to vote with $1. And lastly, the fact that Steve Jackson Games has been in business for a long time. We have been out there, conventions, we've been gaming with you guys, we've been having our Men in Black going around. This will show us that you have, if you speak to us through your dollars, this will show us that perhaps been neglecting something, which is printed role-playing games that you consider important. And it's not just GURPS that will be impacted by this. I mean, the whole company will have to think, okay, so there's real dollars in fantasy gaming still, there's real dollars in role-playing still, there's real dollars in box role-playing games still. There's people who are still interested in that stuff. There's people still Steve Jackson Games. They see Steve Jackson Games as a source for that kind of stuff. We have to think about that. So that's the marketing people you'd be talking to there, not me. But still, so if it matters to you that Steve Jackson Games does RPGs, if it matters to you that physical games on your shelf, if it matters to you that there's more than card games, or if it matters to you that the card games coexist with role-playing games, if it matters to you that You see GGS Games logos on big old boxes on your shelf because you like that. You have a slot that needs one more game, that logo on it. If any of these things matter to you, then I encourage you to come out and support. If you're new to us, you don't know who GGS Games is from Hole in the Wall, hopefully I've talked enough about gaming in the last hour and a half to let you realize that it's a real passion. It's not just something we're kind of doing to make a buck. Again, no one got rich doing this stuff. Maybe you'll give us a shot, give us a whirl. I'm available on forums, online. I'm always around. I answer questions, really fiddly questions like which knife is longer and do I get +1 to do this thing? That's the kind of support we provide. So when you get into us, you get into our games, you get into this game in particular, you're getting into a well-supported game with a strong community and staff and creators who actually show up, step up to the plate, really answer your questions, however geeky they may be, because look at me. Anyway, so that's where we're at. So hopefully that doesn't sound too much like a give me your money appeal and more like a, hey, I'd be really cool if you came in and were part of our gang kind of pitch.